I'm here and I'm speaking with, please tell me your name.
Acacia Tyler.
Hey, you're 26 and you are currently in a relationship right now. And how did y'all meet?
We met partying on Westport.
They say the worst place to meet a woman is at a party.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but was this kind of like a private party?
No, I was just outside one night with my girlfriends,
Okay.
and individual, this fine man came up to me.
I was about to say, what did he say
was
to
just-
gain your attention?
It was very much friendly, like, though, like, it was like, you having a good time, da, 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 and I started conversating, and then Instagrams were exchanged, and
Yeah.
fast forward, I don't know, flirtation started getting in the mix. And
It just goes.
it just, yeah, literally just jumped. But it was never like, ooh, because when you're at a bar or something, most men, you can tell exactly what they want or how they view you. In this situation, like with my partner, it wasn't that. It was very much,
Now, one thing I want to ask you: do you feel that maybe some of your girlfriends or some girls, when they don't have a man, what is their probably the biggest problem that they may be having in finding a man?
when they don't have a man, honestly, I think they're just not looking for a man. They're looking for a good time.
Okay.
Like, so anything really goes during that. Like, you can flirt, you can conversate. Because a lot of my friends, whenever they are single, they're not necessarily looking for a good. They're not looking for a man.
Okay, now off camera, we spoke earlier. Now, you said that one of the things that is dying quickly is lack of chivalry amongst men. Now, if chivalry is dying amongst men, but all these women are out here just giving it up for free, you think that maybe that might cause chivalry to die?
To a certain extent, I do think that what do you call sexual liberation? I do think that there has been a taint, like, especially in the industry. When you look at the music industry or like the entertainment industry,
Okay.
we have this over promotion of sexualization, and women, I feel like we just need to understand that there's so much more value in you. You're the one who kind of holds that. Like, the only reason they're getting it is because you're giving it out. So if you were to withhold it, it's so much more. But then it's like a revolution of sexual liberation where it's just like you're
Right.
just giving it out, giving it out.
So the past 15 years is like, hey, ladies, get out there, date the stripper, date the biker, date this guy, date that guy, date them all.
Well, I don't feel like it's been like 15. I feel like it's been more like maybe like 10, 7 years or so,
Okay.
like, where it's really been put.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, more power to you. I understand. However, when it comes to a woman's sexual liberation or sexual reproductive system, I just feel like we need to understand that there's so much power in that. And the reason why men are just so easily nowadays, they're just like, oh, I can go here and get it and I can go here and get it, is because they are giving it out. But if you were to withhold that, like, just make them fight for it. Like, you can literally do that.
Have you ever heard the concept of women are the gatekeepers of intimacy, but
Yeah.
men are the gatekeepers of a relationship?
Yes, I have heard that. So if women's are the gatekeepers of intimacy, then you need to gatekeep that until, if you want a relationship, then gatekeep that.
And do you think that if men are seeing that women are not gatekeeping the intimacy, there's no
Because in a
reason?
relationship, in order to gain the intimacy, you're trying so hard. Like, say for an example, I'm a woman with like standards, or I just have very strict like expectations. He's like, oh, that's cool. I ain't gotta deal with you. I can go to the next because I know she's giving it up for free. I don't have to do all of that. And there's so many women out here that are doing that, and it's not a bad thing. If you wanna be sexual liberated, or if you want to, do what you want to do, more power to you. However, just understand that there really is power in the punani. Like,
But they say that 70% of women between the ages of 20 and 30 are in relationships or are involved in intimacy, but yet 60% of the men in the same age group are not. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
Okay, it's actual data. And then out of that group of men who are not getting any intimacy, they don't even go on dates.
Men that don't get any intimacy, they aren't even going on dates,
They're not even dating.
and they don't get no intimacy.
And they don't get any
So
because
they're self-focused, and is it giving like,
I'm not really too sure. I think that they've tried and they just can't attract, so they just give up.
is it incel? Are we talking about incels? Or are we talking just men who are
What's
focused
it-
on themselves? 'Cause a man who is strictly they're focused on themselves and they're apart from like they're not trying to invest in a relationship because they realize okay this isn't working out so I'm going to invest in myself. I understand that completely.
Okay, you mentioned incels. What is the term incel? What's the meaning to you?
Meaning to me is men basically who they can't not attract women, but they don't have relationships with women in the way that they want intimacy, sexual relationships, and things of that nature. So they either internalize it or they put their frustrations out on women to the point where it's like hatred or it's misogyny or it's very much.
Well, I usually don't like to give my well, the actual terminology of incels is called involuntarily celibate. That means a guy cannot at all get any intimacy whatsoever. But yet, a man, so involuntary celibate, which also could mean that they don't even go out and try and get prostitutes or try and get, escorts.
Okay, I can see that.
I mean, at the worst, any man that has enough financial resources can at least go out and get an escort.
Yeah, when you get on that certain level, when you have certain resources or when you have finances, women to a certain extent they're going to be more willing to give up or give what you need because they're getting reciprocation. It's something that it's like a transaction. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things are transactional. It's just we don't like to look at that. Even marriage to a certain extent is transactional.
Do you think it's becoming more transactional now?
Absolutely. That's the problem. I think that to a certain extent that is the problem, but it's not like I fault it at the same degree because women, it's like for so many years they've been doing stuff where they haven't been getting anything out of it. And so now it's like it's this sexual liberation revolution that's going on to where we've taken it to a certain scale though, to where women who actually don't want to do that and they meet a good man and they have certain standards, he's like, actually I don't want to deal with this because I can go talk to so and so and she's going to give it for free or she's going to do this for free.
Any thoughts of what could happen to cause it to turn around to actually where women will stop and guard it and actually look for a good man?
I think really it comes down to like you looking internally and you realizing the power that you hold within yourself. Because when it comes to a woman's anatomy, like you kind of said, women are the gatekeepers of intimacy and men are the gatekeepers of relationship. If you want a relationship, withhold that intimacy. And it doesn't mean that has to be strictly like sexualized, but you can do intimacy in different ways. There's so many different levels of being intimate with an individual. So it's just, I do think that we can get there, but it's a knowledge thing. It's really you looking within yourself and you realizing the power that you hold. Like we bring life into this world. You carry children for 9 months. It's just so many things that comes with a woman's womb and just how we are supposed to carry ourselves. And I think that the industry and a lot of entertainment, it's been brainwashed, especially the younger generation. There's no reason that kids in freaking elementary school is listening to Sexy Red.
Exactly.
And talking about Shake That. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain levels to it. So where women, we just need to realize the divine people that we are. And it's okay if you want to go through a whole phase, go through a whole phase. But after them couple of months, reel it in and realize you carry life within yourself. If you want a man to commit, don't give it up to him as soon as you can. And then with the basis of, well, I can do what I want. I want to be sexually free. And that's great. Do that. However, it gets to a point.
Do you think that if a woman has too many experiences with too many different men, there is a chance of possibly not able to pair bond with a man?
No, I think there's a right person for everybody. I really do. Because there are men out here who don't care. You can have multiple partners. He'll be like, I have multiple partners. Every man isn't so just like, oh, you have 3 bodies, that's too much for me. You have 5 bodies, that's too much for me. There are some men out there who realize, there's just certain rules for men that don't apply to women. A woman can have 3 bodies and automatically you're a hoe. Or say somebody, you had sex with the individual and then he goes back to his boys, he's gonna get props for that. If it gets around town that she had sex with this person, she's labeled as a hoe, and that can become an insecurity. That can just make you insecure about your sexuality or you just being expressive about being a sexual being, and it shouldn't be like that.
So I would say to the guys out there, shut your damn mouth of who you're.
Shut up.
If you slept with someone, don't spread it.
Because at the end of the day, both of y'all were in that room together. Y'all did the same acts. Like, there's no reason that he's being praised for it and she's being damned for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's my only thing.
Well, this has been a great conversation and lots of fun. Lots of fun. Thank you. And what's your name again?
Acacia Tyler. Follow me on Instagram, k.iyael.
Awesome. Thank you, Acacia.